The metaverse looks bright and exciting on the outside. Companies like Roblox sell us a dream, fun, creativity, endless possibilities. But behind the shiny worlds, there's a darker side they don't want you to see. I've seen it myself: scams, privacy nightmares, and dangers no one's talking about. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. The hidden dangers of virtual reality. Virtual reality, VR, is incredible. It lets you step into a whole new world and experience things that wouldn't be possible in real life. Want to fly, explore space, fight dragons? It's all there. But there's a dark side to this too. First, let's talk about the physical effects. Spending too much time in VR can cause eye strain, motion sickness, dizziness, and even headaches. Some players feel completely fine while playing but get hit with nausea the moment they take the headset off. The longer you play, the worse it gets. But the real danger? The mental effects. VR is so immersive that it can make real life feel dull. The more time you spend in virtual worlds, the harder it can be to connect with reality. Some players get so addicted that they start neglecting their real lives, skipping meals, ignoring friends, even avoiding basic responsibilities. I've seen this happen firsthand. A friend of mine was so obsessed with a VR game that he spent almost every waking hour inside it. At first, it was just fun, but over time, it got harder for him to socialize outside of the game. He lost touch with friends, struggled with real-world conversations, and even started feeling anxious when he wasn't in VR. And that's not even the scariest part. Some people who spend too much time in VR start losing touch with reality. They blur the lines between what's real and what's virtual, and that can be dangerous. The virtual economy is full of scams. If you play games like Roblox, you know how big the virtual economy it is. Players buy and sell digital items, trade virtual currency, and even run businesses inside the game. It sounds like a cool system until you realize that scams are everywhere. From fake in-game items to shady websites stealing legends, the metaverse is filled with people looking to take your money. One of the biggest scams in Roblox: fake limited edition items. Players have spent thousands of dollars on exclusive in-game items only to find out they were fake and completely worthless. And here's the worst part: many of these scams target kids. Children don't always understand how scams work. They trust the system. So when a scammer tells them, "Send me your Robux and I'll double it," they believe it. Imagine a kid saving up their allowance to buy a rare item, only to lose everything because someone tricked them. It's not just about money, it's about trust. And once that trust is broken, it's hard to get back. Your data is being collected, and it's not safe. Every time you log in, your data is being tracked. What you play, what you buy, how you interact with others. Companies say they do this to improve the gaming experience. But let's be real, they're using your data to make money. And here's the scary part: data leaks happen all the time. There have been multiple cases where hackers broke into accounts, stole virtual currency, and even gained access to personal information. Some players have lost years of progress overnight. Others have had their accounts hacked and sold to the highest bidder. And it's even worse for kids. Many players on these platforms are under 13, and they don't realize how much of their personal information is being collected. There have been cases where children's data was sold to third parties without their parents knowing. So here's the question: how much can we really trust these companies with our private information? Toxicity and harassment, the ugly side of online gaming. If you've ever played an online game, you've probably seen it. Toxic players, bullies, and trolls who ruin the experience for everyone. But in the metaverse, this problem is even worse. Because these worlds are so immersive, harassment can feel more real. Players can say and do things they'd never dare to in real life because they hide behind a screen. There are no real consequences, so some people feel free to be as toxic as they want. I've seen friendly games turn ugly in seconds. People throwing insults, ganging up on others, or even bullying players to the point where they quit the game. And let's not forget the scary stuff: stalkers, predators, and people who take things way too far. For younger players, this can be especially harmful. Many kids use these platforms to make friends, but instead, they end up being bullied or harassed. And with weak moderation, these problems often go unchecked. The result? Many players leave feeling hurt, angry, or just plain exhausted. And the companies? They rarely do enough to stop it. Young players are being exploited for money. Games in the metaverse aren't just about playing, they're about spending. And many of these platforms are designed to make sure you keep spending. Take Roblox, for example. Kids are encouraged to buy Robux, the in-game currency, to get cool outfits, accessories, and perks. It seems harmless until you realize how quickly it adds up. Some kids end up spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars just to keep up. Others get hooked on loot boxes, spending real money on a chance to win a rare item. It's basically gambling, and it's targeting children. This isn't by accident. Game companies design these systems to be addictive. They want you to feel like you need to keep spending to stay competitive, look cool, or progress faster. And it's working. Many parents have been shocked by massive credit card bills only to realize their child was buying in-game items without even understanding the real-world cost. No rules, no oversight. The Wild West of gaming. Unlike traditional games, the Metaverse has very few regulations. Scams, toxicity, privacy violations, it's all happening without much oversight. Roblox has been called out multiple times for weak moderation, but change is slow. And when problems arise, it's usually the players who have to deal with it, not the companies. Parents struggle to monitor their kids' activity, while scammers, predators, and unethical game mechanics continue unchecked. Without proper rules and regulations, these problems will only get worse. At the end of the day, a Metaverse isn't just a game, it's a business. And while these platforms bring entertainment, they also come with serious risks. So here's the big question. Should game companies do more to protect players? I think they should. What about you? Let's talk in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what topic you want next.